Jay-Z was rewarded very well for his role in snitching on Damon Dash. He got the 40/40 Club, Rockaware, Def Jam Recordings, New York Knicks, Jay-Z Inc., and also lunch with Bill Gates. After Dubule talked to Jay-Z, Damon Dash and his partners in crime would not be the same. A part of the deal that they was trying to do, J. Prince from Rap-A-Lot Records, Irv Gotti from Murder Inc., and last, Mr. Suge Knight. All these guys was trying to do a distribution deal behind the Elites' back. But what they didn't know is no black man's gonna run nothing in Hollywood as long as white folks control it. So they called the FBI, who's on payroll, to shake these guys down. And boy, didn't they shake them down. J. Prince was stricken. He was hit with all kind of fines. He was damn near going broke. But if he could produce a blood sacrifice, they would give him some royalties back. And he did, with Pimp C. Pimp C did not die of an overdose cough syrup. He was held down and gave a lethal injection. Now Suge Knight's a little bit different, because in the mid-90s, Suge wanted wealth fast and quick. Who did they get him to sacrifice? Oh, come on, y'all should know that. Tupac Shakur. Irv Gotti thought the world was his until the FBI put bogus charges on him for indicting cocaine and others bogus charges, stripped him of all his riches. Def Jam spit him out. BET had nothing else to do with him. They pretty much took him for broke, stripped him of everything he ever worked for in his life. Damon Dash followed right behind. He could not pay his bills. Rachel Roy did not want to be a blood sacrifice, so this past April of 2009, she knew to divorce him because who's ever close to Damien, whether it be his kids or her, he would use them for a sacrifice so that he can get his royalties back. What did Damon do? He went back to Jay-Z. So you know what that means. Dash is officially Jay-Z's bitch. Michael Jackson died on a drug overdose. Michael did not die of complications of the heart. I guess so, after the drug overdose reached his heart. See, all of this started some time ago. Michael's been carrying the estate all his life. He's been taking care of his family all his life. Janet thought it would be a good idea to do a reunion tour, but Janet was coerced with Joe Jackson. Remember, Joe Jackson still tells these people what to do even at age 50. So Michael didn't comply. He gave a verbal agreement that he would do a tour in the States. Meanwhile, he signed another deal in London. If you Google back, it'll tell you that the Jackson was currently being sued. But they worked out a deal that they do all the dates starting off in London. Michael did not get along with all his brothers, contrary to what they want you to believe. Michael did have a well rapport with Jermaine and Janet, but that was growing thin. Michael spent most of his time as a loner because he just got tired of carrying the weight of his shoulders of the family. This is what it's all about. Michael was the blood sacrifice for the Jacksons. See, Michael did not want to do all these dates. He was not into carrying the estate for the entire family. He did love his mother, but his family, his siblings, was getting on his nerve. So that infuriated the family. Hey, do not be fooled by all those crocodile tears and all that dressed in black. Let me tell you something. Everyone in Hollywood knows about the Baphomet and the sacrificing of death to be wealthy, of fame. They're just putting you on. But let's take a brief moment and talk about her husband, Jermaine Dupri. Everybody knows him, right? Did you know that Jermaine Dupri was a molester? You remember the group called Criss Cross? He molested both of those boys and paid them off. Yeah. Who are they? Well, let's get that slide. This is Criss Cross. Now, back in the 90s, they were hot with the cut called Jump Jump. Now, the guy to the right, he's still around. Dude to the left, he's in hiding. This messed these guys up for the rest of their life, man. Now, check out this dude. He was a part of the Criss Cross. His hair is falling out now. I'm not saying it's from him, but I'm just saying they twisted, man. Their whole life is just upside down. But they took the bait. They didn't take the oath, but they took the bait. But they might take the oath because they're trying to get a current deal with Def Jam Records. Not Def Jam, but Columbia through So So Def that Jermaine Dupri owed. If you see all the spots in his head, that's a disease. I forgot exactly what it's called, but man, look how that brother ended up. Now let's get back to the Jacksons. Joe Jackson at that. You know, Michael did not get along with this man at all. He's controlling. He's still telling him what to do at 50. But nevertheless, Michael dies 4 or 5 hours later. This man rents an Atlas truck. What is that? It's a storage van. He takes all of Michael's possessions out. And remember, this is not even his house. He don't even have the jurisdiction to do it. But he did it. He took all his possessions out and put it in a private storage. Why in the hell would a daddy do that that has nothing to do with his son? Because he knows Michael's name, his possessions is worth money. Joe Jackson is sitting there in deep thought. This man, the guilt that they live with every day, this is why they turn to cocaine. This is why they turn to alcoholic. Because they know what they have done to get where they're at. Now, the guy, the doctor of Michael, he just did what he was told. DeLeese told him to give him a lethal injection, and that's what he did. He's even stopped his practice. Meanwhile, Janet with the half-nakedness, with the boobs sticking out, with the thong up the butt. When it comes down to it, the family is totally damn wicked. Alright? He did not want to do anything that they portraying him to be. He wanted to just be left alone. And there's only one person that told the damn truth, and that's LaToya. I guess you say why. LaToya is only telling the truth because she was left out the loop. They wasn't going to give her none of the shares, and they still not going to give her none of the shares that's coming into the Jackson estate. So she's telling all. Even the mother, Catherine, she knows about why her son had to die. He's worth more dead than alive. Look how she's looking. She knows the truth. Meanwhile, Michael Jackson was the blood sacrifice for the Jackson estate. We have a couple more, and it will be kind of quick. Kanye West wanted to be just where Jay-Z's at. So Jay-Z took him under his wing and told him about the blood sacrifice. Kanye agreed. His mom would be sacrificed. And while she was being sacrificed, Kanye took a trip to London so that it could be totally a mishap for him to get the news. Let's talk about Jennifer Hudson. Can't believe it. Some of you don't want to believe it. These people do not love their family. It's all about the fame. It's all about the wealth. Yes, she did. But not only did she kill her mom, she sacrificed her entire family, except her other sister, who was in on it as well. If you recall, her sister was on MySpace page a day before the funeral, kicking it. This is truth. So who is due for sacrifice right now? Beyonce. You see, out of all the fame Beyonce's got, none that we know of who she sacrificed. Well, let's take a closer look at what she's holding. That's the Baphomet. And that only tells me one thing. Beyonce is long overdue for a sacrifice. truth is always truth. Shalom.